Yes, it's a good day for singing a song, and it's a good
Hello,
day.
friends, and welcome to Tori Talks TV. This is our review of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel Season 2, Episodes 7 and 8. We have a lot to talk about.
We sure do.
Yeah, so let's get started with Episode 7. It's called, Look, She Made a Hat. What does that mean? I mean, I'm not actually entirely sure what it means, so...
I'm not actually, now that you mentioned the title.
I think I know, though.
Okay.
Okay, so it starts off with our good-looking doctor, Dr. Ben.
Yes.
He takes Midge to the art gallery. He's like a really avid fan.
He's really into the art, this Dr.
Like, it
Ben.
excites him.
He's like a little bit, I'm gonna say a little too into it.
Too much.
He's kind of a star forker.
She even said, she's like, did Mama give you diet pills tonight?
Like,
Something like that.
Calm your freak,
He
dude.
was very enthusiastic about it. So he's all like into it, and she's just being cute and just like looking around. And she kind of like makes her way into this weird back room with this mysterious woman. And there's like little paintings, and then there's this woman knitting.
It was like kind of like the slave quarters of the art gallery.
Or like you're like not good enough to be shown in the main
it was like a
art
little
room.
like the little sweatshop version of the art gallery. I was like, what is she doing in there?
I felt the same way.
Yeah.
But Midge ends up seeing this painting that she likes that speaks to her for whatever reason, and she buys it.
For $25.
Yes.
Yes.
And she gets a hat. So that must be what it is, because she knitted the hat.
Yes.
Ah.
That's right.
We
Duh.
put it together. We got it now. Okay. So then Benjamin takes her to this bar where a lot of the artists hang out.
Yes.
And he sees like one of his like favorite artists. He's like starstruck about it. His name is Declan Howell. And he's like the artist that's known for like refusing to sell his paintings, his art. So like
he wants to be like totally anti-mainstream. I'm too good to sell my art, artist.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
And this dude was drunk,
He was an
okay?
a-hole.
He was a little much. Yeah,
Yes.
so he was trying to prove that he wasn't drunk because the bartender's trying to cut him off. So he gets up on the bar and he starts like spouting out poetry or something like that. So anyway, of course he wins everybody over because he's like got this like amazing British accent. Anyway, so Ben is like reluctant to talk to him because Midge, of course, is like, well, we gotta go talk to him.
She doesn't give a crap. She doesn't know these people.
She's like fearless
She's like,
and
who
confident.
are you?
Yeah. So she's like, well, obviously, let's go talk to him. But then he's like, no. But she's like, whatever, man, just come with me. And then she starts talking to him, and she's as charming as ever. And of course, the guy, the artist Declan, is like,
he's like, come on over.
He's like fascinated
He
by
wants
her.
to do her. Is
You
what
can
we
totally tell.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very
She's
obvious.
like, what?
Yeah, so, what, me?
Who,
No.
me? Because I'm so hot.
Right. So she ends up getting an invitation
To his
the
loft.
Yes, but Benjamin can only come if Midge comes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically.
So basically, yeah. So at his studio, Dr. Ben, is asking about his paintings, and you know, he's like, "How much for this?" And he's like, "Not for sale." "How much for this?"
Not for sale. He's not even looking at what Dr. Ben's showing
He doesn't
him.
even know what he's saying.
Yes.
How much is this for? So basically, he's just like being, you know, the pompous butthead that he is.
Jerk
Yeah.
off.
Pretty much. So anyway, Dr. Ben has to leave to go make a call because, you know, he's a doctor on call, whatever.
They
He
don't
has
have
to do
cell
that.
phones at this time, so he has to go across the
True.
street to where there's a phone
Yes.
to make a phone call to check in at the hospital.
Exactly. Wow.
That was so funny.
I feel bad. But yeah, so Midge, he doesn't really want to, like, leave her there with this guy because he's a little...
But she's like, I deal with, like, dudes at the club
yeah.
all the time. I can handle this guy. And
Yeah.
she can.
No, yeah, she did a good job. So... she's there, and he's like trying to like, he's like, "Are you sure there's nothing I can do to have you sleep with me?" or something like that. And she's like, "Whatever, dude." She like brushes him off. So he takes her to this like secret room behind like a bookshelf.
It's like,
Yeah, and it has like this huge painting.
the painting that they were talking about, that I think he said Jackson Pollock saw it, like the only person to see it. But then he, like, never showed it to anyone else again. So Midge got to see it.
She got to see it.
And she was like, oh, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. But we don't get to see it, of course.
No, they never showed it. I was waiting for the camera to
We're
pan
never
around.
going to see it
No.
because there's nothing that could be as beautiful as they claim
No, of course
it's going
not.
to be.
Yeah.
No.
Thanks a lot.
No.
But anyway.
No.
So then they kind of like, I don't know, he has like this like really deep personal story to tell
Well, he's
her.
like, I put everything into that. Basically gave up everything. Family, love, my whole life is all in this art. So everything in my life fell apart.
Yeah, and it was really sad and touching. And you saw Midge, she like looked like she really felt for him. And
Well, it was kind of like a foreshadow of things to come.
I felt that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have a
Yes.
good way of doing that. I
They
mean,
did.
yeah, it was a
Yeah.
really long pause.
Like
But then,
you can't have it all situation. Like you can have the career as an artist, or you can have a healthy life, emotional life.
That was profound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it did kind of foreshadow things to come.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see.
We will see.
But yeah, so then Dr. Ben comes back and kind of breaks that up. And I guess Declan, you know, he's had a change of heart and he's like, you know, pick whatever painting you want. I'll sell it to you.
Did you feel like Dr. Ben went down a step in this episode, though? Because he
Faux show.
did. I was just like, dude, chill out. Like, these are just artists. Like, calm down. Don't be such a star forker.
That's
what he was, but of the artist world.
He was, like, geeking out.
He was, like, too much fanboying, whatever you want to say.
It was,
over
like,
these artists.
It wasn't super attractive.
Keep it, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so... there you go. And, you know, it's pretty much all we see of Ben for a long time, it seems like. So then we can't forget about the hilarious Susie. So Susie calls a family meeting with her siblings.
That was awesome.
Oh, my gosh. That's a dysfunctional family, to say the least. So they're all at their mom's house, and the mom's, like, I think an alcoholic. Something like that.
Like,
anyway,
serious.
No, like, legit.
Like, they can't keep beer in the house because mom will find it.
Right, exactly, yeah. So she has all her siblings around the table, and she's like, hey, that land that Grandma left for us, I was thinking about selling it because I'm trying to start my own business. And, of course, they're like,
nope,
no.
Not gonna do it.
That's not gonna happen, but, you know, that's cute. Anyway, so then her sister Tess, I don't know why, she gave Susie her mom's car to borrow.
She's like, I'll tell her it's stolen.
Right, because her mom's
Because Susie's like, I basically just need the money to, like, drive my new talent on tour.
Right.
But I don't have money for a car, so she's like, just take mom's car.
So there you go. Stolen. She got something out of that.
So her sister is on her side. She has to just pretend not to be on her side.
I liked her sister.
Because her one-legged husband.
With the wooden leg.
Yeah. He's not into Susie.
No, not at all.
No.
Her brother-in-law, yeah.
Yeah, no.
So anyway, thank goodness for Tess. So she has this car. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, then Joel, our favorite person,
Joel.
He's throwing this party at Maisel and Roth to celebrate the purchase of their new building in, like, his new home, basically, because he, like, lives there, right? Anyway, so then he's at his assistant, Mrs. Moskowitz. She's so cute.
I love Mrs. Moskowitz.
She's like this older lady, and, like, all these, like, cute women are coming up to him. They're like, so are we on for Saturday?
Harlots.
Are we on for Thursday? And she's like, no, you're not free that day because you're with this lady. Like, she's keeping track of
Joel
his, like, booty call schedule.
Joel can't keep track of his booty calls.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So she has
so sweet Miss Moskowitz, and she's like, I don't know, like in her 50s, 60s, but she's like really cool about it.
She's good.
Anyway, so he gets really drunk.
Like way.
Obnoxiously drunk.
Super.
Yeah. But his friend, his good friend Archie is there, and he's like trying to fight off the girls. He's like, let him be, because he's just trying to get Joel to bed. Like,
he's literally gonna pass out.
Yeah. He's like, let's just end this, you know, like go to bed, right? So, you know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but for like a split second, I felt bad for Joel.
We feel bad for Joel when he's like super drunk and all these girls want to get with him.
No, we feel bad for Joel when he says, well, it's been 1 year since I ruined my marriage. And he's like, good job, Archie. Good job because his wife is expecting their third child. And he's like, good job for keeping that together. And just for like a split second, I was like,
yes, okay, you're right. For a split second.
It was just a second.
Only because he realizes that he blew it.
He does know that. He's aware. Yeah, he admits it.
For a split second, because I'm still not, it's just because you realize it later doesn't mean you didn't still do it.
That's true. It still happened.
You still did it. You can't take it back by feeling bad. Like, too bad, so sad. You feel bad. Ooh.
That's true.
Poor Joel, you feel bad.
I know.
You should feel bad. That just makes me not hate you, but doesn't make me love you.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's true.
Yes.
So, then, we move on to Susie. Crazy Susie. She calls Midge at her place of work. Oh my gosh, that was one of the funniest scenes of this episode. So these ladies come up from the operator room and they're like, Midge, you gotta talk to this guy. He's angry. He's this angry man.
This guy.
Yeah, this dude. And then he's like, he's threatening us. He's doing this, blah, blah, blah. So she gets on, no. She's like, I know who he is. Okay, I'll answer it. So she gets on the phone. It's Susie. Everybody always mistakes Susie for a man.
Yeah, I know.
No, she's not the most feminine.
Not Abe,
woman.
though. Remember, Abe was like, obviously she's a woman.
I think he was the only one on the first try. Anyway, so she calls to tell her that this East Coast booker, he's wanted to see her perform,
He's going to be at the Gaslight.
Right.
Where it all began.
So, yes. So, it unfortunately is going to be the same night as Yom Kippur. You know, it's like a huge deal.
The holiest of holy days.
Right, exactly.
I think that's what it is.
The holiest of holy days. That sounds about right.
Right.
I'm not sure. But anyway, after their temple service for Yom Kippur, Midge kind of like corners her dad, Abe, and she's like, hey, I got to sneak out tonight. And
here's what you're gonna do.
I have to do this show. He's like, what?
It's like a 20-part plan for her to keep the secret.
You're gonna do this, and you're gonna get my bag ready, and you're gonna put it outside with my shoes. And he's like, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do
just
that.
tell them.
Yeah. So he's like,
tell them.
how about you just tell them about your stand-up comedy career? Because remember, he's kind of the only one that knows in the family. So anyway, but then also he has to like pretend that he never knew about the stand-up comedy thing. Yeah. So then at Breakfast. Now, is that like a play on breakfast?
It is.
Help me out here.
That's where the term breakfast came from.
Yeah, it's
because
breakfast.
When you sleep the night, in the morning you break your fast. Breakfast.
Shut your face. That's what it is. Okay. So
it's more serious for Yom Kippur, though. I think they don't eat for longer than just a night.
Wow. Yeah. That's commitment. Yeah.
But
good for you.
The term breakfast. Yes.
Break fast. But they literally were like, break fast. I'm like, that sounds like breakfast. Anyway.
So familiar.
Yeah. I've heard this before somewhere. Anyways, so she, she's there and she stands up and she's like ready to confess it all.
Everyone's so hungry.
And it's such a mess because they just want to eat.
Give me the pickles. They're like, I'll eat the pickles.
That's all they want to do is eat. And poor
Zelda
just wants to serve the food that she's been slaving over for hours.
Her team, her
entourage
behind her.
Yeah.
Like, whoop,
and Midge is like, wait, I'm not ready, Zelda. Wait.
Zelda's so good.
I know, I love
she's
her.
So
she's
loyal.
great. Yeah, she's awesome. So it's just basically like a mess of her trying to like say this, and but she does.
She does.
Finally. And, that's not really, it wasn't that dramatic. It wasn't as dramatic as I thought. Like, her mom was kind of like, okay, whatever.
And what about Joel, like, defending her?
Okay, that was sweet.
Did he get you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, half point, but I was more like,
you're inching your way.
I know what you're doing.
Onto our good side.
I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah. But he did say she was great. She was really funny.
Great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the surprise ending of this dinner breakfast was that Astrid yells out, I'm pregnant! She's so funny. Underrated character, Astrid.
Because they really also revealed that they know that, what's his name? It's a CIA agent.
Noah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so it has all come out at this.
Everything's out in the open.
Yes.
In the Maisel, Weissman family. Yeah. So, Susie says that their next step into, like, making it big is that they have to go on a tour, right? So, anyway, they're talking about this whole tour that like they're planning, and Midge points out to Susie that it's their 1-year anniversary of like working together.
Very sweet. Yep.
So cute. Yeah. So that brings us to the end of episode 7. Okay. Here we go. Episode 8 is called Someday.
Someday.
I'm not really sure why. Doesn't matter.
Maybe we'll discover it as we talk.
Maybe. So this was kind of fun because it was kind of like road trip-esque.
Yes,
yeah.
It was.
So Midge and Susie, they go on tour together in the car belonging to Susie's mother, the drunk. It was old, right? And technically stolen.
And she had to like lift up her butt to start the car.
Oh, it was so funny. She's like, lift your butt.
Up.
She's like, why? And that's the only way that it would start. So yeah. Anyway, that was super funny. So they go and you just see like 2 different worlds colliding. So you got like Susie who just like doesn't care about anything.
She has like all those suitcases.
Midge has these like suitcases packed.
And then like Susie has a brown bag.
A brown paper bag.
It looks like literally a crumpled up brown bag with like a few things in it.
100%.
That's all her luggage.
It's just neat to see how they and then like Midge, like they get to this motel and Midge is like, oh, the bellman will bring up my suitcases, and Susie's like, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
He's not gonna bring them up. No. Like anyway.
I thought he was gonna steal them.
I thought he was too, yeah. But no, so she's like, okay, I guess I'll go get it myself. Like, it's just different, worlds, but it makes for a really hilarious
it's so funny
episode. Anyway, so in Washington, D.C., Midge has this gig, and she, like, kills it, right? In front of, like, a really decent crowd. But the set was cut short by a kitchen fire.
Yes.
But, of course, Susie's like, it's fine. Keep going. They're like, no, like the building's on fire.
Like, we need to get out.
Like you're gonna die.
Susie's anyway, dedicated.
Oh yeah, she's really into this. So, but they still get paid for it. So good job, doing well. Yep. Next in Philadelphia, the room was mostly empty. The motel that they slept in though. So this was funny.
The one with like the poop stain on.
That was disgusting. Oh. On like the little the blanket. So Susie doesn't care. Remember, she comes from like a different style, so she's just like.
Yeah.
She goes to bed, right? Whatever. And Midge is like, I'll just stand up.
She's like standing up.
She doesn't want to sit down. So she stands up the whole night. I mean, I think. That's what it looks like.
That's what's implied.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, the next day, Susie wakes up and finds that she has some kind of like maybe bug bite.
Like all over
Bed
her
bugs?
face. Like
That was nasty.
like 12 of them. They look gross. They're like pussy blisters.
Yeah, that was gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But also Midge was like, I couldn't sleep anyways because you snore.
Oh.
So she like recorded. Because Susie brought along this tape recorder to like record the show so they can like write down the jokes later if they really like were good jokes.
Mm-hmm.
But she also decided to record Susie snoring. Susie never knew that she snored. And the part
kind of has
where she's like, what? Did I just die there?
She has like a sleep apnea. Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, she needs to do a sleep test.
And it's just like it gets worse, and all of a sudden you just hear her go. And it's like silence. Did I just die? Yeah.
Maybe.
That was really funny.
Oh my god.
But then Susie was mad about it. She's like, don't touch my tape recorder. Of course, because she's like that. Anyway, so as the tour went on, you kind of see Susie and Midge like bickering like more and more every time.
Cute.
Anyway, so in Harrisburg is where they had the unexpected rain shut down the club. They like just got there in time, and then
it was pouring people.
Oh, not only did the club like shut down, the car broke down.
Oh yeah.
And so then they kind of had to like sleep in the car.
Yeah.
It's just very uncomfortable, but I mean, you know, life on tour, man.
You know, you just gotta
when you're
roll
starting
with
out.
it.
Roll with the punches, exactly. So for their final show, they were back in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
They did get stuck in traffic in that
the Holland Tunnel.
Holland Tunnel, yeah. So they were late to their gig. Oh boy, on this gig. Okay, so while they're in Harrisburg, Midge, she like calls home and Abe's mentioning that her mom is throwing this party, and she's like, what party? And he's like, I don't know. And she's like, well, must be the garden party, garden club party, or whatever it is. And he's like, I don't know. And then she says something about potato salad. And Midge is like, wait, potato salad?
She's like, oh frack.
It's her best friend Imogene's baby shower that she planned.
She's in charge of.
Yes.
I know.
She realizes that she's supposed to be there.
So this is what made me think back to the artist, how he was like, you give up all this for your art. That's exactly what she...
Full circle here.
It was foreshadowing this moment where she pretty much like forgot her best friend's shower, which she was so invested in throwing for her art, for her tour. So that she can go there. She totally forgot. So this is kind of like the beginning of her, like, I think, of her like sacrificing her relationship. Yeah. I mean, she's already with her parents, and now with Imogene.
That's true. Oh, that's true. But she phones home and she's like talking and she's like, put me on speakerphone, and she's like, I'm sorry, Imogene, I'm terrible.
The speakerphone.
Oh, I don't even know what they're holding up. It looks like a shoe or something.
They like attach this device to the phone.
Is that really what it was like?
It must be. They can't make up that stuff.
That's true.
I mean,
it's gotta be accurate.
This amplifier so that the whole room can hear her.
Right, exactly.
Daddy, turn on the speakerphone. You have to like attach.
It's like a big process. Plug this in, do that, hold this up. Yeah. So Imogene is a very good friend, and she like forgives her. She's like, whatever, do what you gotta do. But you could tell that Midge felt terrible. Yeah. So at this gig in New York. So she does this set, and it's great, and it's funny, because of course it is.
Well, she's all dirty for the first time, too. She didn't even have time to put on her fancy
and her
Mrs. Maisel dress.
Not great.
She's stinky and wet.
Yeah. The hair's a little flat.
Something, like a definite shift in, like, her persona.
Yeah, exactly. A little uncomfortable. So, but she still does the set, nonetheless, and she does a great job. So, Susie and her are, like, going to this manager guy, and they're like, okay, ready to pay me? And he's like, oh, yeah, that was a great audition. Next time.
I was punching him in the face when you said that.
What?
I was like, are you kidding me?
No, I couldn't believe it. After all they had gone through.
No, and she killed it. They were laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
They were so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she always seems to put like her life experiences in her sets, so it was like really, it made it even more funny because we like went through it with her. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Susie, being like, you know, the bulldog that she is, goes after the manager and like demands payment, and then like Midge goes to look for her and she's locked in like a broom closet.
He locked her in the closet.
So Midge, we hear her on the phone with somebody, and she's just like, he's not gonna pay me, and you know, this has been crazy and this has been terrible and blah blah blah. And so you're like, wait, who is she just talking to? So then who comes marching in to save the day? Joel, our favorite guy.
Of course he came, because he's not like a horrible person, but I know what you're doing.
They're still doing it,
You're
Dr.
trying to make me be okay with Joel.
Yeah, well, he did the very heroic thing, because they are still technically married. So he went there and he talked to that guy, the manager that refused to pay.
Punched him in the face,
demanded payment, and they got paid.
Oh, they got paid.
And they did, and it was heroic, and again,
they got Susie out the closet. But the funniest part, when she was like, and that plunger?
Oh.
That plunger that you have in there, it's all worn out. The suction's bad.
She's all about
plunger.
plungers
She
now.
really cares about those plungers.
Ever since she was the plumber.
Ever since she got that plunger up in the Catskills.
Yeah. That was really funny, yeah.
It's like,
that was awesome.
Better take care of your plunger.
And it'll take care of you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So Joel did great by doing that, and he earned a few points there as well. Okay. He didn't have to do it.
He didn't have to. I get it.
I know.
It's fine. Can I just throw in, though, a little, like, 2 cents for Abe?
Yes.
Tony Shalhoub, when he's listening to those kids' albums and, like, talking about, like, working at Bell Labs and how they're going to create some type of, like, computer robot that can, like, sing songs or something.
Yeah.
But they needed, like, a really simple song, so he listens to Midge's son's songs
about
going poop.
He's like, this is perfect.
Tony Shalhoub is so good.
He didn't get nominated for this, did he?
He will next season.
He will, yeah. There's still plenty
maybe
of
for
time.
this one. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh,
He
yeah.
will.
Yeah.
He's so good.
There's plenty of time, yeah. No, that was really
and when
funny.
he's pretending to not know that he knew, but he's so
What?
bad.
This is the first time I'm
But
hearing
it's
of
like
this.
bad acting. Acting. He's like acting like a bad actor.
It's like very obvious. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's kind of like stealing the show. Yeah.
He does steal the show.
He and Alex Borstein, who plays Susie.
Yes, she does.
They're so funny.
Have you seen her when she's like not Susie? She's so beautiful.
Oh yeah, very elegant. Yeah,
very.
Yeah,
I love her.
I remember from Mad TV. Very funny.
Oh.
So the end of the episode, poor Midge. She had such a terrible time on tour. She comes home to her parents' apartment where she lives, and she sees this mess from the baby shower.
Oh, it's thrashed.
It's a mess. Like nothing was touched. So she's like, what happened? Where's Zelda? To her mom, and her mom's like, no, this is your mess. You clean it up. Mm-hmm. So then the episode ends with her cleaning up, feeling defeated, and there you have it, folks.
Oh, Midge, what's gonna happen to her?
I don't know. We only have 2 episodes left.
Oh, for reals.
I know. I don't know where this is gonna go with the doctor. I don't know if like maybe Joel is really winning her back, or you know what I mean, working his way back in there. Mm-hmm. Or is the artist gonna steal her away?
No.
Can you imagine?
That one you're thinking that's possible?
I'm trying to think of all the possibilities, and you just never know with the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
That's true.
So I guess we'll find out.
Never say never.
Hey, but stay tuned to our review next week of the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, the final 2 episodes, episodes 9 and 10. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.
Maisel Tov.
Maisel Tov.
Yes, it's a good day for singing a song, and it's a good day